us now Missouri Senator Josh Hawley. Senator, I know you're calling for an inspector general to go through every dollar we've sent to Ukraine. But isn't it the case that the American taxpayer is going to be on the hook for rebuilding most of the entire ravaged landscape of Ukraine post-war?
Absolutely, Laura. And this administration has already said that. They were saying months ago that we better get ready because there's going to be a lot of dollars that need to be expended on the rebuilding effort. Can I just say, by the way, you played the clip and reported on Janet Yellen. I thought it was just like 3 seconds ago that Yellen was saying that she had to take extraordinary measures to make sure the United States didn't default on the debt. But I guess all of a sudden we have billions laying around that we can just give to Ukraine. Maybe the extraordinary measures were her flying over to hand deliver the checks now. I mean, straight from Joe Biden to her, to Zelensky. I mean, this is just ridiculous. The whole thing is ridiculous. It's an affront to American taxpayers. It's an affront to the American people, and it's got to stop.
And I want everyone to understand what the potential price tag on the cost of rebuilding this country would be. Check this out.
Despite that figure being exponentially higher than any other nation has contributed, as a share of GDP, developed countries are all sending about 0.2%. And that's just to defend the land, which has been decimated by Russian airstrikes. Rebuilding carries a whole new set of costs, which the World Bank estimates will total $349 billion.
$349 billion. She was referencing, I believe, the $100 billion already allocated. Can you think of any areas in America that could benefit perhaps from that level of investment, Senator, after we've already spent trillions to pay people to stay home and not go to work?
Yeah, gee, I mean, maybe rural Missouri, maybe East Palestine, Ohio. Yeah, I can think of a few, Laura. How about our border? I mean, this is outrageous. We've already spent over $100 billion already spent out the door on Ukraine. Now the administration wants to spend hundreds of billions of dollars more, and I guess Congress thinks that they'll just go along with it. I tell you, I'm not going to go along with it, and the American people, I think, are sick and tired of it. It's time to put the needs of this country first. It's time to say to the Europeans, they need to step up and take the lead on Ukraine. This is their continent, after all. They should be doing something. But, Laura, we've spent more on Ukraine than all of the Europeans combined. And there's no end in sight here with Joe Biden. This has got to end, and we've got to get an accounting of every single penny that we have spent on Ukraine.
Well, Senator, speaking of accounting, this China hearing tonight on Capitol Hill, some of the Democrats and some Republicans, while they talk tough on China, which is good, you already hear the rumblings of, oh, we have to get into the Trans-Pacific Partnership. We have to launch a new free trade agreement with Taiwan instead of making things here in the United States. What kind of slippery slope would we be falling down if that's what comes out of these China hearings?
Big mistake. Here's what we need to do. We need to revoke China's most favored nation status. That would be real action here. Let's end the special sweetheart deal that they have gotten, the Chinese government has gotten for over 20 years now. It was a huge error. Allowing them into the WTO, giving them permanent normalized trade relations. Huge mistake, Laura. Probably the biggest strategic economic mistake that this country has made under a Republican and Democrat leadership. I mean, but George W. Bush and Bill Clinton, biggest mistake in, who knows, decades. It was a huge error. We need to stop it. Let's revoke their trade relations. Let's revoke that most favored nation status. That would be real action.
Senator, thank you so much.